I remember being, upstairs in my room, in bed, crying myself to sleep under my covers, hearing shouts, hearing screams, hearing things smash.
When you look back now, how do you feel about that little boy that was getting through that?
Over the weekend, I was going through some old boxes, and I found a diary from that time.
Do you mind me asking what you wrote?
It was an entry describing how I'd been asked to go and use the toilet. And so I did, and I was in there with my diary, and I wrote about how I couldn't go. And I wrote in the diary, I've just been sent here, I'm really going to try and go, but I can't. Oh my goodness, I'm going to be in so much trouble, I'm going to get smacked so hard. And I just felt so helpless. An abuser takes away your sense of self-worth, and an abuser makes you feel anxious about even the smallest things, like going to the toilet. And no child should ever have to experience that.
And what is it that you want from the government?
It's proper recognition of domestic abuse crimes in the law. And there's a real problem where we saw the government enact its STS 40 early release scheme, which saw lots of ex-offenders released 40% into their sentence rather than 50% into their sentence. And what the government promised there is that they would exclude domestic abusers from being released early under this scheme. But what I learned, what the country learned, what victims and survivors learned, is that actually those domestic abusers, they were being released early anyway under this scheme. They were slipping through the net. And the reason is because the government has no formal way to categorise domestic abusers currently. It doesn't know how many domestic abusers are in prison at this present moment. Once we have this specific categorisation, the exclusion could take place from an early release scheme if the government so wished, but also we would know how many domestic abusers there are in prison, etc., etc.
And if you've been affected by that story, you can contact the Samaritans at any time, 116 123, or email joe@samaritans.org.